Tracy Matthews here, and I'm here with Sabina Hitchen, my good friend and our PR expert over here.
I always dance when I'm with you for some reason. I've got to dance.
I'm so cheesy. I'm wearing my Halloween costume for a second, just for fun, because I don't know. I'm not even going to probably wear anything for Halloween, so I thought I would put my little feather in, which I'm going to turn into somehow a dinosaur bird costume. We'll see what happens. But
designers, everything.
Today we are here because we're going to talk about last minute plus easy PR tips to spike your sales online this holiday season. And I thought, who better person to have than Sabina Hitchen here on the show with us today. And I know that Jess was just on the main page with Elizabeth Dwelly. So we're excited to be like sort of coming at you at all angles for some really good stuff, because we know like now is the time to start taking action to really ramp up your holiday sales, as we like to say over here. So Sabina, welcome to the show.
So good to be here. And I'm so glad you're talking about this too, because there's such a misconception that because we're so working on sales and all of that, that it's time to be like, oh, I guess I'll pause my PR until 2018 or something, which is like a huge no-no. So such a bad idea. And there's no there's balance, yes, but there's no downtime. Then you lose that momentum that you're building. So you gotta, you have to work on here. You really do. And also the other misconception really quickly is it's not like it's too late. It's only it's October, 28th right now. So we've got over a month and 2 months basically to Christmas. So, or a holiday, whatever holiday you're celebrating. So there's plenty of time to still get up PR opportunities.
So much time. So we're going to talk about that in a sec. But before we do, I know that a lot of you have friends who would really benefit from what we're going to share today. So I would love for you to hit that little share button below. If you like interviews like this, if you like us coming onto the show with people like Sabina, this really helps us know the stuff that you like and you want to hear about. So hit that share button, share it with your friends, share it in Messenger, share it on your page, share it in groups. You know, we're all about benefit here.
Yes.
Robin's here and she's saying, nice headdress, Tracy. Yeah, I'm in my
I love it.
Halloween costume. Might as well. All right, Sabina. So let's dive into the nuts and bolts here, because we know that there are lots of opportunities for last minute PR. And I know that last year when we did a podcast interview, so if you haven't checked it out, hey, I know Abby's here supporting me today and Robin's here. If one of you wouldn't mind grabbing that interview with Sabina as well, that we did last year about last minute PR tips, that would be great, because it would be a great supplement. You could just drop the link into the chat. But Sabina is always a wealth of knowledge. And we've seen from the designers in our community how doing some really, taking action really quickly and just doing it has gotten some people some really great last minute PR. So Sabina, before we kind of dive in, why don't you tell us some of the PR opportunities that are out there that are still short lead enough that could get people impact and sales right away?
Definitely. And so when Tracy and I say short lead, what we're talking about in our PR lingo, and you can talk like us, like a PR pro, things that are .com is huge right now. I love .com all the time in general because it's a click to buy and there are fewer steps for someone to be like, oh, I don't need this. So it's instant win. It's an instant win for you. So online is huge. Another opportunity you're looking at is your local newspaper, because local newspapers will most likely publish some kind of holiday shopping list, and they're going to go to the local press. I just saw a PR opportunity this morning, and it was in Orange County, but the same thing. They were looking for Orange County businesses. So don't be afraid to approach your local newspaper. Another great one, and then there's television, and again, that's local and that's national. And don't think, I know that there is a gal we work with women in Flourish and Thrive Academy who are getting that national TV press, or those on-air experts who do those shopping guides. That happens locally and nationally. So you have 3 major opportunities here for shopping. And I would even say, influencers, because I shop on Instagram and I look at what the influencers are wearing and talking about. And let me tell you, when I say influencer, I don't mean they have a zillion followers. I think the micro influencers are the most important, because I feel if it's like the bikini models who have 1 million followers, half of them are like men in their basements. I'm just going to say it. But if you have a micro influencer that's got like 5 or 10,000 people and they're into fashion or style, those people are really engaged in what these women are wearing and talking about. So don't think that micro influencer is too small for you. And I saw your question in terms of local. Yeah, even if you live in a tiny local community, if you have a newspaper or a local magazine, there's no issue with you asking them, saying, what are you doing for holiday? Are you doing any holiday coverage? And then, hey, why don't you volunteer some ideas to them as well? Like, here are some things I could talk about for holiday. Beyond just the holiday gift guide, maybe you share with them how you as a small business owner are preparing for holiday. What's it like on the inside of a jewelry business?
I also think, like, wouldn't it could be fun to like show different ways to style, like jewelry styling tips. Like, there's so many angles you can come at beyond just, you know, pitching your product. That could be special interest stories that get people interested in your brand. You're so right. It's like secondary press. Like, you think it's not about your jewelry, but it actually is, because they're talking about you. So when you're sharing styling tips or what to wear, it's actually about your business though. Absolutely. And I wanted to bring back this thing about the micro influencers and influencers, because there's so many different ways. So Sabina is amazing. She's been a coach in our mastermind program, and she's going to be a coach in our SOS Accelerator next year too. And she's gotten some really great results for our designers, which we're going to share a little bit later. But I wanted to also mention that she's super connected. So when we were looking for some panelists for our live event, she hooked us up with Pamela Peakerman and Dawn Del Russo, who are amazing influencers in their space. And they do things that are a little bit like outside of the box that you wouldn't even think of that was like really great. So I posted an opportunity for all of you who are in our Diamond Insiders about the fundraiser that Pamela is having for vasculitis. And I know several of you jumped on that opportunity, and it's a great opportunity for exposure. And then there are people like Dawn Del Russo. And Pamela has a really successful Facebook Live show, right, Sabina? Mm-hmm. Or she's starting it or something like that.
Yeah, she's on TV like every week, all the time.
She's on TV every week, which is amazing. And then Dawn is a stylist for Vogue. She also has a really successful on-air presence. And so, like, making connections with people like this, you just never know when it could pan out either right away or later, because these opportunities are awesome.
And, you know, speaking of Pamela, I follow her on Insta Story. Again, if you want to connect with an influencer, the first step is following them and interacting with them. And I see Blooming Lotus Jewelry popping up on her feed all the time. And that is a result of the connection from the Flourish and Thrive world. And it was like, there's no other way they got there. Like, they connected, they met her, and then she took action, because you know, we don't lead you to water, but you got to take the drink. And then Kristen Bear Jewelry is the same thing. She's now working on something with Pamela. So it's such a powerful, these people are really driven women. You want to be on their train, because they're moving up, and you want to be with them as they get larger and larger, that you will as well.
Absolutely. So when we were talking in the pre-show, you said, like, because I love talking to Sabina. She's just like, number one, ball of energy. She will always be speaking at our live event until she is not speaking at her live event anymore, because she's just.
I'll be there like a walker.
Be there. And anyway, so we were talking at the pre-show, and you said one of the reasons why people get so stressed out about PR is something different than you might think. So why don't you talk a little bit about what your philosophy on that?
This is what I'm all about. Hello, Tucson, Arizona, by the way. I'm jealous because I can't handle weather under 60 degrees. So I'm like freezing. So this is like freezing weather to me. So here's what Tracy and I were talking about. I thought was so important to say to all of you, as well as, because I think business is stressful. I get it. Public relations, the thought of it can be stressful. But I'm a big believer that there's two ways to lower the stress in business and the stress in public relations. And the first is to actually take action, because I believe that we think the stress is coming from having to do the deed, whatever it is, but really the stress is because you're not doing it. And so internally you're like, your gut and your subconscious know that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not trying what you're supposed to be trying. So that stress is like building up, and like anxiety is pitching a tent in your head, and you're just like you're making this whole situation bigger. It's sort of like anything in life when you have to say something to someone and you're afraid. And so you just like let it build up. And that is what's happening to, I'm sure, a few of you. So you got to sort of stop letting that build up by actually taking action. And the second thing that can lower that stress is when you take action strategically. And that's what we teach you. So there's no question that I, just as much as Flourish and Thrive is so gracious to have me, I love all of the world of Flourish and Thrive because it's a generous community, but it's a driven community and strategic. And that's the thing. When you, hey, Lisa, when you take the action and then you take it strategically, that stress is going to dissipate. So when you learn how to do PR effectively and efficiently, and you have us in your corner cheering you on or giving you some pointers. Kristen Baird, Jewelry, and I were just messaging the other day. She's killing it. But also she had a couple of questions, like minor communication questions. And instead of her having to mull that over in her head for hours, I was able to say, here's a sneaky way I email the press when I want to know when they're running my story without being annoying. And it's like, I know this because I've been doing PR for over a decade. So I knew the moves to make. And so again, like the stress will go away when you actually take action. And then the more you take action, the more you're like, oh, this is not that hard. And then when you have a strategy supporting that action, then you're like, oh my gosh, I know what I'm doing. So no matter what, even if it takes some PR, it's competitive, I know I'm doing the things I need to do and I'm doing them the right way. And then you're like, oh, like it's like a big exhale.
It is. Why don't, okay, so I want to go back to some of these things. So let's talk about, I want to talk about a few local opportunities, just so we have it fleshed out here. And then I'm going to hide this. I'm going to write it on the screen. So local opportunities, let's just like list them out real quick.
Yeah, and I think, so what I love about local opportunities, the most obvious, of course, is the local holiday gift guides. And depending on where you're at, like I'm in New York area, so the Post and the Daily News are covering, and sorry if you hear fire, or I don't know if you hear sirens. We're in New York, you hear sirens.
I know, witching hour, always.
There's always something. But yeah, I feel like you want to go for the holiday gift guide. One way you can figure out what they do is simply looking back, like Googling your local newspaper and what they did last year around holiday, and you can see.
Oh, great idea.
It's always run online as well, so you can do that. You can go really old school and go to the library and like look up what they did, but I am pretty sure you can find that information online these days. Like 2016 had plenty of online presence, so look at what they did there. That's the most obvious. But then, like Tracy and I were saying, I like to go in with different kinds of stories and spins. So taking holiday and saying, what other angle could I talk about? Could I give, and because remember, you're a local business owner, so you are like a star already. People everyone dreams of being an entrepreneur. You're doing it. So that even though you looking at yourself might not feel super sexy and exciting, and you know what it's like on the inside, looking in, everyone's excited. So own that space, get your Sasha Fierce on, and then think, what can I share? I know that there's a gal, and I'm forgetting who it is in your in the Diamond Insiders group, who is sharing travel tips on how to pack your jewelry. And so what a great local designer tip on like here, because you know how it is, you pack your jewelry, like you all probably pack it appropriately, but I pack my jewelry and it's all in like a knot at the bottom of my bag when I get to my destination. So how great for a local designer to share tips, or a local designer to share tips on what's trending in jewelry for the holiday, because all the men out there and women who are buying their significant other something, what are they supposed to buy them? Maybe you're sharing tips on the appropriate kind of jewelry to give at every stage of your relationship. Like, is it a ring? Is it a bracelet? Is it an anklet? I don't even know. Anklets do anything anymore, but you know, maybe not an anklet.
Put jewelry.
Yeah. Is it a toe ring? Like helping people shop. And another one, I'm sort of obsessed with this angle right now because everyone loves to look behind the scenes and like pull back the curtain. We like it in TV shows. We like it with celebrities. Like, what are they doing? So why don't you show the behind the scenes of your business, how a local designer is preparing for the holiday rush? You be your best publicist. You make it sound like it's a crazy rush, and then invite them into your workspace. Even if that's your house, they don't care. They just want visuals.
Yep. I love it. Okay. So those are, first of all, I'm writing all these down because I'm like, these are also great blog posts to do because you can use it to like double duty, like content.
Repurpose that content. And also I wanted to like throw it in there. It's not just for newspaper. You can pitch these same things to TV, to local.coms. And like Tracy is saying, never let it just live in your pitches. Make sure you do it something like like on your blog, even an Insta story. I work out by watching Insta story now. I just like stare at people's Insta stories and I fall in love with their businesses that way. So take them behind the scenes as you're doing these things.
Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about online opportunities. We talked about micro bloggers. We talked about micro influencers. What are some other online opportunities that you see? .com magazines?
The .com, like I always say, start with the .com magazines. And please, I feel like there are a few of you who I'm talking at you right now. We've met at the Flourish and Thrive Live event, but don't think, oh, because I'm based in wherever, Tennessee or Ohio or Pittsburgh, I can't send a pitch to redbook.com or oprahmag.com. Because the thing is, the .com versions of every magazine churn out loads of gift guides because they need the eyeballs and traffic to their site and they need to provide content. So all of these magazines.com partners are going to be pushing out gift guides like right and left. I always feel like right after Halloween, it's like all Christmas, holiday, all the time through January. So we're doing I saw red and green candy at the store the other day and I was like, what? So you need to start saying maybe this weekend, hey, it's a Saturday, spend some time looking at how Real Simple, Redbook, Harper's Bazaar, whatever your audience, your ideal customer would read, whether it's a high-end Vogue.com or if it's a goodhousekeeping.com or something. Look at the gift guides they did last year and you'll see how many they did. You'll see the different themes they did. And then you decide, what am I going to fit into? Customize, under 100, luxury, like for my mother-in-law, like start figuring out what you're going to use as like what you're going to be pitching your items under.
Amazing. Okay.
And then there's also,
no, keep it going.
The .coms. Then there's also like the regular .coms. Remember like the Pop Sugars and the like all the just independent websites. I know todayshow.com does loads of gift guides. We share them with your Diamond Insiders a lot.
And the masterminds too, right? In the masterminds, you mean?
Yeah, the masterminds. The Refinery 29 does a lot of gift guides. So all the just independent .coms, which are robust and powerful and will have people shopping from after Halloween through the new year, they're all doing gift guides too. So you have a massive like playing field of opportunity for you. And I also want to say, like, when Tracy and I are pouring out all these ideas to you, I don't want you to be like, oh my God, like pulling out your hair. Instead, whenever I feel like, oh God, my to-do list is crazy big, oh gosh. Instead I say, oh my gosh, look at all this opportunity. Like I just like have to shift my head.
Reframe it, people.
Reframe it. And you don't have to do it all at once. Do like baby steps.
Yep, baby steps. And I just want to clarify one thing. So Sabina's been saying the Diamond Insiders, but Sabina is not, she's a Diamond Insiders mentor, but she is actually a mastermind coach. So it's a little bit different. So
I don't know the lingo, guys.
She doesn't know the lingo. But the masterminds, so I hired her last year to work with our mastermind because Sabina, okay, first of all, isn't Sabina amazing? Who would not want to work with her one-on-one? Because she is like, because she is amazing. My earplugs coming out. But Sabina is awesome. Like this is like how she lives her life, like to the fullest. And she is one of those people who will give so many opportunities away. She's helped pretty much almost every one of her masterminds, I feel like, if they took the opportunity to get into some sort of publication this year. It's been,
and those who are just starting with us are now like, I know Ms. Rushton and others, when we're just starting, I know that they're going to be with the proper tools doing the same thing. And they're getting themselves in, because the thing about PR, and I hope you're all really letting this sink in, is it's not only for like the people who can afford a publicist. It's awesome if you can. I'm not knocking that because I was a publicist. It's powerful, but It's not just for people who live in New York or LA. It's for anyone who takes the time to learn how to do it. And Kristen Bear Jewelry and I were just Insta messaging about this week, how once you learn the tools, it's like the whole world opens up to you, because at any magazine or TV show you want to pitch, you know how to do that now. And then it's like this huge like tool in your tool belt for growing your business.
I remember when I've been moving, or I'm moving in a couple of weeks, and I've been going through my storage unit. I have these 2 huge bins of magazines, and I was down there with my assistant yesterday, and we're looking at it, and I was like, oh my God, like, was I really in all of these magazines? I have to tell you guys, like, I did a combination of PR with a PR agency and doing it in-house on our own. And most of those magazines that I got were doing it either on my own or with my marketing person helping me do PR pitches eventually when I had someone hired. So this is really easy. You don't need an expensive PR person. It's a really helpful to have the leads fed to you like Sabina does, and to get coached by someone who can help you formulate your pitch, because it takes all that learning curve out and makes it you like, I don't know how to say this better, but sexier to the editors in a way, because you know how to catch their attention when you kind of are able to kind of cut through that learning curve. And so that's why I love having Sabina as a coach. I'm really excited that she's coming on for the SOS next year. And Jeana Rushton is here, who is actually in our SOS program next year, which is awesome. And she has, well, first of all, Marisol says, mad crazy ideas that are so simple, which is so true. And Jeana has a question, so I thought I would pose this to you, Sabina. Is it okay to pitch the same expert article to more than one local magazine if it fits their vibe?
Yes. Oh, by the way, hi, Clint. We were just gushing about you. Your ears must
Clint
be
here.
Clint, we were just talking about you in the pre-show. Yeah, I think so, Jeana. Great question. I would say, because you don't want it to run in both magazines, and then they're like, oh my God, that's not cool. So instead, I'd say pitch it to one first. If they turn it down or indicate they're not using it, you can pitch it to the other. And the other thing you can do is just think of 2 different expert articles to pitch. Then you're appearing with different content in both magazines, because really we've already given like 2 different ideas already. So you can just take one to each, because whether it's local or it's like Today's Show versus Good Morning America, when you pitch competitors and they both run your same story, it's like a huge no-no. So instead, pick one. And also, if you pick one, you can go deep and try to build a relationship with them. Or if you're going to pitch both expert articles, just make sure they are different. Otherwise, you're giving the same content to people and they would not like that.
Okay, cool. So if someone turns down the story, essentially, you can move on to someone else and pitch the same thing, but you don't want to pitch the same thing to 2 simultaneous people at the same time.
Exactly. Awesome. Though you can pitch like different platforms. Go to a local magazine. Also, hit up your local TV if you feel like brave enough to do that, because local TV is a great place to practice being on camera, and they love local businesses. And if you have value to share, the great thing about sharing expert tips with your local TV or your local magazine is that you're not selling anything. You are in a secondary way giving information, like giving your business's name and visibility out there. But the primary thing you're doing is giving them value for their viewers or readers. And that's a win-win for everybody.
Love it. Nicole is also one of our SOS coaches. She's also a coach in the DI. She will be working one-on-one with our designers as well. She's saying, wow, amazing ideas, getting so much inspiration. Awesome. Good. So Marisol says, how can we do a gift guide for our customers and then refer to them to our products as well?
Well, you know, one thing I think, first of all, I love that. And I would say Marisol, do a couple things. Number one, when you're doing a gift guide for customers, bring it to multiple platforms. So have it on Pinterest, have it in your blog, have it in social media. And one thing I like to do is find other businesses that are complementary to me. So it's not all jewelry in your gift guide, but you're fine, whatever your brand is, you know your customer in terms of age, price point, etc. Things they like. You can create like that customer avatar, I'm sure, if Flourish and Thrive teaches you. So while you're doing that, why don't you find other businesses that you can collaborate with, whether it's local businesses or national, because what's great then is you have a more robust, interesting gift guide, and then you can all cross-promote and cross-market together. So whether it's 4 of you, 6 of you, if you all go in on a gift guide, then you're all publicizing it on Pinterest and on your Facebook and in your newsletter. And that could really explode your visibility and your connection. And also working with other businesses is so gratifying and uplifting. You just feel like, oh, I'm not alone anymore. So I would do it that way. And again, making it in Pinterest is great because a lot of people can follow it. And you can even link to, just a side note, if you want to create a Pinterest gift guide of only your products, that's a great thing to link editors to, so they don't have to go digging in your website. Like if you have under $100 gifts or gifts for the mom who has everything, You can turn those also into a Pinterest gift guide. So it's double duty. People can search there because people love Pinterest. And then you can send that Pinterest link to an editor. So the editor is not looking through your website saying, what jewelry for my story? Instead, you've made a beautiful graphic on Pinterest that you can share with them that way as well. So again, we're like repurposing all of our work because you're a busy gal. So make your work for you multiple ways.
Awesome. Okay. Sabina is just kick-ass. And I'm wondering if anyone wants to find out how you can work with her 101 in our SOS program. And so if you are interested in learning more about how to do that, we'd love to hook you up. And I know that a lot of you aren't sure if this program is necessarily right for you or not. So we want to talk to you and get you on the phone. So here's what you can do. Type Discover, all caps, below this Facebook Live broadcast, and you'll be sent a message in Messenger that's going to tell you the next steps about how you can get on the phone with someone on my team to talk through if it's right for you or not. We really only want you to do this if you're really thinking about it. We don't want to waste your time. We don't want to waste anyone else's time. But if you're ready to invest in your business and you're ready to take that next step, but you're just not really quite sure if it's right for you, then I'd highly encourage you to type Discover, find out how you can work with Sabina, how you can work with me, how you can work with Nicole and the 20 other SOS coaches that we have lined up plus that are coming on the team. We're really focused on helping you build your online presence, helping you get more conversions and sales on your website, and helping you expand your exposure online. Because I don't know about you, Sabina, but I keep hearing over and over, and I know you work with a lot of product-based businesses and a lot of designers. More and more these days, people are tired of, doing the in-person show grind. They want to get more sales online, and they're really focused on, trying to build that online presence so that they don't have to, work so hard and grind so hard.
And it's also where your audience is. Like we're all humans. So your customers are like you. People live on their phones. They are always on their social media. They're always online. I don't want to go, when I do all my holiday shopping, I do not want to leave my house to do my holiday shopping. So I do it by looking online and discovering. I said to Tracy in a message the other day, I can't even deal. Every time I hang up with one of your masterminds, I want to shop on their website. It's a problem for me.
Yeah, she texts me every single day. She's like, oh my gosh, Christina's fortune cookie necklace. I'm dying.
Oh my gosh. Which I know. I can't stop. And that's what people are like. So you need to build that online presence. That's where the world is going. We all know that the world is shifting to online, to video, which is very much online. So you need your business there as well. It has to be mobile friendly, obviously, but it has to be there. And I also wanted to piggyback what Tracy said about SOS. If some of you are like, my head is spinning, I've seen that in your comments, and probably in a good way spinning, but I don't want you to think this is going to be so much time or so overwhelming because we don't teach it like that. We teach you how to do it efficiently and effectively and fit it into your day.
And get it done.
Yeah, and it makes it easy. Here's the thing. You're going to spend less time doing PR and marketing. You're going to get more sales. So then you're going to feel awesome. So it actually creates more freedom in your business. I never want people to think that PR is overwhelming. It will create an easier lifestyle. It's overwhelming to have no one know you exist and you're slaving away at your business. It's not overwhelming to be a local celebrity or a darling of the accessories press. That's a really feel-good thing. And we will make it easy for you to do that.
Absolutely. All right. Great way to break it down. And if you guys aren't on, so if you want to find out how to get on the phone with Sabina as a coach, potentially, but if you're not sure if this is for you, type Discover if you're here on Facebook. But if you're not here on Facebook and you're watching this video, maybe on YouTube or somewhere else, you can head on over to flourishthriveacademy.com/SOS. I hope I spelled that right. flourishthriveacademy.com/SOS. We have some more questions. Should we answer them? Sabina, do you have some time?
I've got all the time in the world.
All right, let's do it. Jeana's saying, do you have posted anywhere how to figure out how to message from the online guide, or who to message from the online guides?
I think I'm trying to understand that. In terms of the online editors, here's what I would do, because everyone is different, because even though you're all jewelry designers, every brand is different. So what I would simply do is go to whatever the best thing about online press is that there's no mystery. It's not hidden. Sometimes you go to a magazine, you can't find the editor's name and you feel like you're just stuck. But online, everyone is pretty visible. So when you go, let's say you're going to Bust magazine or Nylon, I'm thinking of you and your edgy style.
Yeah.
Though in truth, you could be like, I'm obsessed with, she knows I'm obsessed with her jewelry. Like
her jewelry is so amazing. It's so awesome.
It really can spread. It really has a big reach of places it can go. I would directly go to their website and I would look at who is covering stories like mine, who is writing about jewelry. They're the best place to begin. And their email, their contact information is right there next to the article. It has their name. You can then click, usually because it's online, you click on their name, you can see all the other articles they're doing. Another thing I do is I type in the search function of any website keywords of what I'm looking for. Like I type in jewelry, or I'll type in like small business if it's a different kind of magazine, or .com. So I just type in a holiday gift guide. I do that, and then it's going to pull all of those stories up so you can see who's currently working on stories like that.
Yeah.
And I would say that's your first step, because the person covering food is probably not going to write about jewelry.
Yep.
And so then you have that first step, and you can always like ask. We're so afraid to ask. And I think another big success in business is obviously taking action, but then just asking. So you say to them, are you covering the holiday gift guides again this year? I'd love to submit, and then submitting your gift guide pitch. So it's all, that's again why we love online. It's all right there for you. You can find who wrote them last year. If they're still there this year, you can easily find that out, or you just figure out who in your category is working on stories at that .com.
Awesome.
It's
Awesome.
For all of you.
Clint, we were just talking about you. Sabina wants to help you get some press for your corn jewelry, by the way. So
everyone for fall, especially like
corn jewelry.
Corn.
Perfect in Iowa.
It's going to be huge in the Midwest, Clint.
Marisol is saying, why reinvent the wheel? And Christina is saying, love to you both. Hi, Christina. April saying, you have my brain spinning, ideas for local publicity. Awesome.
And that's so good, April, to get on those, because again, I keep like talking about local, because I feel like, again, I love national. It's super sexy. There's a lot of people reading it, but local is such a powerful place. You have a huge, no matter, even if you're in a small town, small is still going to be large. I mean, if every other person in your small town knows about you, that turns into pretty amazing opportunities.
Awesome. So Jeana says, so excited for SOS. We are so excited to have you in the program, girl. It's going to be awesome. And she also says, that's exactly what I needed.
Someone had a question.
What? Yes. Marisol says, how do you find others to partner with for gift guides?
I mean, I feel like it's sort of like the big power of connecting as an entrepreneur. So remember, you can even think, you might say, I love this tea shop locally or online, or I love this book author, like whatever it is. My first thing is just approaching them, right? Because who wants to turn down an opportunity for marketing and buzz? And even if they themselves are like, I don't have time to do a gift guide, you can still include them in your gift guide. It's a free country. They can't say, no, you can't include me in your gift guide. It's just visuals, right? So when you are doing that, they will then share it, because for them, it is press in a way. It's buzz by you sharing it. So I would first approach them. And if you're part of any local or online small business communities, you can always do an ask there. If you're part of the Flourish and Thrive community, maybe you find just one or two people, because you don't want it to be all jewelry. Yeah. But then start thinking of things your customers would enjoy, and start reaching out. Think of things that you love and you enjoy, because you're probably really similar to your customer, and start putting together that gift guide and just asking people. I think that's the first place to begin. Again, the ask, because nobody does it. And then when someone does, someone's so thrilled about that opportunity. And we hear stories all the time.
I think this is such a great idea for like a variety of reasons, but it's like, even beyond a PR perspective, if you had 5 different products or 10 different products in a gift guide, think of the kind of leverage you get from cross promoting. You can create like a gift guide package, like, hey, there's no cost to necessarily be in this gift guide, but the goal here is that we're all cross promoting and sharing each other's work. So you guys can all post it on your blog, all email about it, share the exposure, put some parameters around this. And this is just a different way for you guys to get that cross promotion, sprinkling of new people getting their eyeballs on your work. And that's like these things, like we overlook. Everyone's thinks like, oh, no one's responding to my Facebook messages or posts, or no one's like reacting to my Instagram. But like a successful online business strategy goes way beyond that stuff. And it's thinking outside of the box and doing stuff like this and leveraging, you know, these simple PR and cross exposure ideas to get more people on your site and to create brand validity for yourself. Because the more you can start partnering and, you know, collaborating with other people in similar or parallel niches, the more credibility you get as a brand and the more people want to buy. So if you're just sitting out here as like a little island out here and you're not thinking strategically about how you're getting your work out there, you know, you're probably never gonna get that traction. So we're really committed to helping you do that, especially in our SOS program. So if you
never know when the next I would say you never, like Marisol and everyone, you never know when what the next opportunity will lead to, who's going to see it, who's going to share it with a friend, and it turns into all of these amazing opportunities for you.
Marisol says, the light bulbs just came on. Another message.
I'm so glad. And also, one great thing is when you give yourself permission to start even small, like making your own gift guide, then it subconsciously triggers this, like every step leads to the next one. Sort of like I'm afraid I was never like Sporty Spice in high school. I have no athletic ability whatsoever. So whenever I do a physical challenge at the gym, it empowers me to do the next thing. Like when I was up against the wall doing the, like, you know, planking, I'm standing against the wall. I thought I was like an Olympian, and that empowered me to do the next thing. So when you do these moves, you will feel more confident and more strategic, and then you will be inspired to do the next big move in your PR and marketing and sales plans.
I love it. So true. So thank you for that. So if you would like to find out a little bit more about the program and you're not sure about it, type Discover in the comments below in all caps. You'll be sent a Facebook Messenger message that will tell you the next step to get on a call with me or someone on my team. Let's see if we have a few more questions maybe or comments. Amy said, I am so excited to execute these ideas. So many things in mind. Thank you, ladies. She's one of our SOS students, which is going to be fun. And let's see. Marisol says, I don't want to be the only one on that island. We don't want you on that island.
I want to talk to a coconut.
Amy's saying, how far ahead of time do we do the gift guides?
I think you want to do it sooner rather than later, because remember, I always like to remind people, think about the customer. They have to see the gift guide, mull it over, have time to purchase what you are selling and get it to their house and wrap it and send it to whoever they're sending it to, or bring it to a party. So if you wait too long because you think, well, I'm not going to promote this till December, people are already shopping. Like, you know, come November, people are spending their money on Black Friday and Cyber Monday things, and they're shopping. So I feel like start now, right? Because also you don't want to be lastminute.com freaking out. So instead, give yourself little tasks like, okay, on Monday, I'm going to do this. And on Wednesday, I'm going to start sending emails out to people, because then you want to blog it. You want to social media it. You want to make graphics. You want to create a marketing plan for it. All of these things. So whether you're pitching traditional like magazine holiday gift guides, or if you're making your own holiday gift guide, which I don't want you to think is like, that's not small potatoes. People are shopping on blogs and social media all the time. Again, I live on Instagram shopping, and I rarely crack open traditional magazines. Now I'm like online all the time. So start now, give them time to digest, give it time to have them see it a couple times, because you're newslettering it and your Facebook adding it perhaps, and you're with like Kathleen Cutler's advice, and you're doing all of these things that will lead them to you and give them plenty of time to shop, share it with their friends, and then you won't miss out on that sale. Absolutely. I love it. Gift guides equals earlier. It's better to start now. So true. Thanks, Abby, for posting that on our feed. And Christina says, climbing that mountain with you makes it so much easier. Good. All right. Yay. We love you, Sabina. Well, thank you so much for being here. I just want to remind you guys that if you want to check out the SOS, I'm going to put the URL back on the screen here. You can head on over to flourishthriveacademy.com/SOS. The SOS Accelerator is a 1-year program. It's a coaching program with a curation of 20 plus coaches to help you focus on your online strategy. The way this program is structured is very different than a lot of other coaching programs, because we realize that everyone's in a little bit of a different place.
And some of you are focused more on getting exposure and traffic and PR to your site. Others of you are like struggling to get some of the basic tech stuff on. Some of you are struggling more to get, conversion set up or maybe automated email funnels. So we really have coaches that run the gamut from social media to SEO to PR to technology to help you get to that next step. And so every month you're going to get a call with your coach of choice. You can switch coaches every month. You can work with the same coach as long as they have availability every single month if you wanted to. We recommend that you sort of vary it around because the coaches are going to be there to support you as well. You'll get a monthly support session with me in a group setting, which is going to be awesome. We're going to be bringing on some specialized trainings just for digital marketing strategy. And we also are going to be having quarterly implementation workshops. I have a feeling Sabina might be working with me on one of those, which is going to be fun.
I bet I'll be there.
I bet.com, she'll be there. And these are half-day workshops that we charge a lot of money for as standalone situations. So it's a really great value add. Right now, we are, the investment in the program is $5,000 for the year. Yes, we do have a payment plan. And I know for some of you that might seem like a tremendous amount of money. But if you think that hiring your own PR firm, it would be $5,000 a month in a lot of cases. So this is really good value, quite frankly, with all the support that you get, because you're basically like building a digital marketing team and creating that support around you for a fraction of what it would cost to even hire one team member or one agency to sort of run this stuff for you. So we're really trying to get this crazy affordable coaching program to you so that you can really make waves and, expand your online business next year, so that this time next year you're like cha-ching, like it's just like you're hearing your Shopify app cha-ching or your Etsy app cha-ching nonstop. That's our goal. So if you're interested in checking it out, head on over to flourishthriveacademy.com/SOS. We are raising the investment to $6,000 for the year starting November 1st. So if you're considering this, I'd highly recommend that you get on the phone with someone if you aren't sure on our team. Type Discover in all caps in the comments below, and we'll give you the next steps. On Monday and Tuesday next week, we'll also be available for live chat. So you can head over there and someone on our team will be live chatting with you. But get in now, because if you don't apply before November 1st, then you won't be eligible to jump in at our sort of early bird pricing of $5,000 a year. So anyway, Sabina, any final words as we kind of wind this down today?
One thing I was thinking when you were talking about this, I was reflecting working with all of you the past year, and I was like, when you're in the squad, the team of like the SOS program, all the coaches, because I know I do this, we think about you all the time. Like we think, once I know who you are, I think when I see an opportunity that crosses my desk, whether it's like a celebrity styling thing, which we did with your ladies this year, or whether it's a great PR opportunity, I think of you because I want to help you and I know you and your business. So you have this whole like board of people who are now thinking of you and lifting you up. And I'm excited to be able to do that with a lot of you. And also just, a secondary reminder that the stress is lowered when you take action. So sitting by yourself on your lonely island with your coconuts is not, that is not stress, but taking action and being told this is how you take action, that is like the biggest stress relief of all. So I'm excited to hang out with all of you in SOS.
It's going to be amazing. Thanks, you guys. Sabina, thanks for being here today. Thanks for all of you who showed up. We are thrilled. So many thank you so much. That way this time next year, we can all be like Sabina. That's true. I don't really know what that means, but or maybe with Sabina, working with Sabina. You guys, seriously, this girl talks the talk and walks the walk. She has fed our masterminds so many PR leads this year. And she really is always thinking. She's worn she wears Flourish and Thrive designer jewelry to the on camera events that she's doing. She gets the editors continually interested. Like she is going to be like your, biggest rallier behind your brand. So if you join the program,
the heck out of you.
Yes,
I will be on your team.
She will be on your team. All right, you guys, have an awesome Saturday. Sabina, thanks for being here.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.